not go alone. Do not stay alone. Stay together. Stay together.
Hey, how hard is it? So how we can look through the face. They need to get your hot tag.
On the same side. Hey! Hey, come on, let's go this way. Come here. Come on, hey, push me this way. Come on. Anybody got a way out?
Get in the car. Hey, let's move. Aaron. Aaron. Right here. Come here. Aaron.
These guys are completely killed on three sides. So they pretty much have nowhere to go, which is why you just saw some of them climbing over walls and stuff. the activists are kettled in all four directions. There are police cutting off basically every street, as well as there's a helicopter above. So essentially they're completely surrounded, which is why you can see pointing their hands up in the air. I'm not sure if the police are going to slowly let them out or if everybody here is done.
Allowed to leave, or like
in general, they've if they've ended up kettling press, they let them through. Yeah. But there's also we're out of the curfew zone, so I don't really know what charge they would have on people.
Yeah, right.
I think the whole point is just to split everyone up. If I had to guess, and I've seen this happen in other cities before, if I had to guess, they're probably going to close in real tight and then make everyone leave like one at a time, so there's no group left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. If they arrest every single person, like
That's insane if they do.
it could happen, but I don't know. Again, to people watching, the police are closing in sort of foot by foot. The protesters are surrounded on all three sides by police and one side by wall. There were some people who you might have seen about 5 minutes ago try to basically go over a fence and even through a razor wire just a little bit ago to get out of this.
Peaceful protest! Peaceful protest!
Keep it tight, keep it tight!
Peaceful protest! Peaceful protest!
Again, I just want to emphasize the geometry of this. Police on one side, police there, police there. There's nowhere for the people to go who are currently in the center of this. Seattle is now as small as one intersection. All three sides blocked off and then one wall. They're saying move and pushing them in. There's nowhere that they can actually go. So either they're going to all let them go or they're going to arrest all of them.
What's the program? What are we doing? What am I doing? I'm a Mexicano using my right. I'm a Chicano using my right. What am I doing? My hands are up. We get a medic!
We got a medic!
And we get a medic!
Someone is having a reaction!
Okay, we're going to do Metro TSC to help them on the rest. Roger, stand by.
People have their hands up.
Yeah, of course. They don't have it. There's a person over there who's just like, oh, it's just like on my way home.
I want my lawyer.
What's happening? We're gonna get arrested right now.
We're not doing, we're just
I think I might have one in my bag.
Oh, yeah. They got another part of it back there.
Seems like they like run us off.
Again, to people watching, this is a kettle. I guess we're on Western Ave and Council Street intersection here in LA. The kettle has been restricted down now into just one intersection. So you can see police behind me, police over the people there, and police behind me there. Essentially, the activists have no way to leave. They've been pushed into this spot. I've heard discussion of arrests on the radio, but it's not totally clear to me whether they're going to let people fizzle out or whether everyone in here is getting arrested or maybe everyone except press. Lucky me, perhaps. But I think there's probably between 50 and 100 people in the middle here. And they're stuck.
All 110, 100 orders given is okay to arrest. 100 orders given, go ahead and arrest.
What did you just hear them say? If you don't, okay.
Information only. We have a report of an attempted suicide on property in West Jersey. Target is going to be on the 54 incident 3382.
Or they're gonna make it like
Lawyer was the bottom one, right?
left side, 9720. You need medical attention?
Come on.
I can't feel my hands.
He's having a panic attack. I told him to stop.
If you can tell us this is dropping in this first order, we're going to have to give them a round of towels to get out of here. We got to keep on the sidewalk and outside the way to the
I heard them saying they're not arrested.
Oh, really?
I think what I heard them say. I mean, to be fair, they're like talking about whether to do the arrest or not. But then I heard one of them kind of say like, okay, so we're gonna have to let them go, give them specific orders not to regroup and to leave on the sidewalk when we're heading south. So it sounded specific enough. I think they're planning what they're gonna communicate. Yeah. A colleague of mine was in something like this yesterday, and they actually made them take out ID and like presumably the idea is if they go back and they go back and do some facial recognition and they find out some back or something, they'll be like, oh, we got that guy.
There's another car up?
I think there might be another group that was put off.
Do you feel
Honestly, I feel fine about this. And I was more worried about the other things, but like I'm pretty sure they're gonna let them go. But they're doing them. They're literally driving in circles right there. Is there like someone like right in the center of that they're trying to like freak the fuck out?
good because you look good. One thing, I don't want to walk the whole way back.
Okay, so I was live streaming earlier for about 4 hours actually, culminating in the situation that I got into here. The feed died for some reason. I'm guessing some people were concerned that I had been arrested. It's not true. Like, the feed literally just died kind of randomly while I was here. It's been going for like 4 hours straight. But in any event, there's a group of people here now on Council Street and Western Ave. Probably about 50 people have now been pedaled for maybe 20 or 30 minutes, all stuck within one intersection. There's a handful of press here, but most of them are protesters. There's also a few people who said that they're residents who really had nothing to do with it, so they got stuck on the inside of it. What I had heard the police saying at first was that they would use the fact that they had made a dispersal order at a prior point when these people were marching, justification to arrest them one by one. I've been continuing to hear the radio traffic, and it sounds like the plan has changed, or at least I've heard them discussing a plan, which would basically be to let people leave one by one, instructing them to not form a group and just go on the sidewalk to leave. So, standing by, it's going to be one of those two things, presumably. Either everyone gets arrested, or everyone gets let go one by one. They would definitely let press out. So they don't take my word for it, right? But I've been listening to first their sounds like they formed or discussed the plan, including let everything be one by one, right? Telling them not to stay on the sun. So I think that it's honestly, I would just like
Make a hole! Make a hole!
Guys, stay strong! Stay strong!
All right, the police just made one targeted arrest of a single person inside. That seemed unusual. That didn't seem like a procedural thing that's going to keep going. That seemed targeted to the specific person.
Oh, what tricks you got? Huh? What tricks you got?
I do also want to note that there's actually heavy police one or two blocks that way as well. The chopper with the spotlight had been circling around this intersection previously, but after everyone was stuck at that intersection. So I don't have any visibility. We're all stuck here, right? But my informed opinion or speculation is probably another group either in a similar situation or something like that something else is happening right up the street.
I hereby declare this to be an unlawful assembly. In the name of the people of the state of California, command all those assembled at Western and Council to immediately disperse, which means to break up this assembly. If you do not do so, you may be arrested or subject to police action. Other police action may include the use of less lethal vehicles which can cause significant risk or serious injury to the state. Section 409 of the Penal Code prohibits any present at an unlawful assembly. If you remain in the area which was just described, regardless of your purpose of remaining, will be in violation of Section 409. The following routes of dispersal are question dispersal southbound on Western West Sidewalk. Last 5 minutes to disperse. Oficial Laguna, oficiales policiales en la ciudad de Los Ángeles. Por la presente declaro que esta reunión es ilegal y en nombre del pueblo del Estado de California. Pero que todas las personas reunidas demuestren inquietud, se despierten
The people united will never be divided.
We'll never be divided. I don't know if it's divided or just
parking areas, stay on the sidewalk and not go out the street. Stay off the left side of Western on the sidewalk.
Hey guys! Guys, make way!
Make way. Hey, watch out. We got gang coming. Come on now. Watch out. I got
United will never be defeated! United!
Once again, this is the Los Angeles Police Department. Those that is walking southbound on Western do not go out of the street. Stay on the sidewalk, people can be southbound, out of the sidewalk. On the sidewalk. Go back out to the street, please.
holding it down.
Where were you? On the other side. You were at the outside of the football At first, they were on the radio like, and then the police were debating on the radio. I could hear it. What they were debating was whether the fire but they, as they were talking about it, they basically changed their mind, and I could hear them say that they wanted to basically cause people to go, but in a way that would ensure that they don't keep doing it. Like that became the goal.
Yeah, I wonder if
Yeah, I mean, there were like residents like, in that kennel. There were people and they didn't let them out.
people that were just like
They were
on the sidewalk.
They like told, yeah, I saw some people say like I live right on the street over there, and they were like you have to wait. I don't know how they could have, if they arrested everybody, they would have had some people who were like, I mean, like a lot of people didn't have anything to do with it, like, but like they would have had people who literally weren't even involved.
I ran into my cousin.
Something's leaking? I think it might be rice packs. Ooh, that's hilarious. That's gonna be a time to clean tomorrow.
Yeah, although
I go live to the show to see what exactly live I do. You know, a lot of people think that I'm like not the media has
All right, so the kettle has opened. The police did ultimately let everyone except for a couple of people out of the kettle. What had happened was that folks had marched for miles to get to sort of this spot, and the police would close in on them every now and again. But basically, they did manage to this kind of maneuver surrounding all of them. A few people actually literally escaped by climbing through razor wire, which scared the shit out of me actually watching that. But about 50 people ended up remaining in a kettle. I'll have to go back and see for how long, but my gut tells me it was probably a half hour, 45 minutes. So I'm gonna wrap the live stream here. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.